What did the jockey say to the doctor when he got a cold? Doc, I'm feeling a little hoarse. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another very exciting episode right here on the MIgardener channel. In today's episode, I'm going to show you all how to harvest horseradish. That was the reason for that terrible dad joke in the beginning. But hopefully you guys got a laugh out of it. I thought it was really funny. So I just thought I'd share it with all you guys because it had to do with horses. And today's topic is horseradish. So made a very weird connection there. But you know what? That's what we're going to do today is harvest horseradish. So I thought I'd bring you guys along to show you how to do it because we do get a lot of questions on how to harvest horseradish. Now, harvesting horseradish is really simple, so this is not going to be a long episode, but I just wanted to kind of show you all some of the things that you want to look for when harvesting horseradish because of the fact it can increase your chances of success and just give you a better harvest, more yield all around. Now, before we get started, I did want to caution you all on planting your horseradish in a place that you don't want it to take over. Horseradish is a very invasive plant. I did not know this when I planted it. So I planted this horseradish here about 2 years ago in my raised bed, thinking, oh, it's great. I'll grow it, I'll harvest it, and if I want to plant something else there, I can. The bed will be free. Not true. Horseradish is a rhizome and it spreads via the root system. Any tiny little root fragment that you leave behind will grow more horseradish. So if you love horseradish and you want just an absolute ton of it, great, you're gonna have an absolute ton of it. But if you don't like it, or if you don't like where you planted it, fat luck, it's gonna be there for a long time. So because we planted this here, I've tried to eradicate it 2 years in a row now, and or just move little fragments to other places of the garden. Doesn't help. This thing is here now, this is its home, and I'm just going to embrace it now. So that being said, I just thought I'd give you at least a little word of caution to think twice, kind of assess where you're gonna plant it, make sure you really want it there, or plant it in a container, put it in like a wine barrel or like a fabric grow pot, something like that, just to keep it isolated so it can't spread. But now that I have it here, I've got it here and I might as well enjoy it while I've got it. So that being said, now I'm gonna talk about how to harvest it. Horseradish, because it does spread via a root system, you can eat any part of the root system. Small roots, thick roots, they're all the same, they're horseradish. But certain roots are gonna have more for you to harvest than others. Little tiny root tips are not as flavorful, not as much yield as like the primary root system. So you wanna make sure you go as close as you can to the plant. And that is found by the crown. The crown is the base of the plant, and that's gonna have the thickest, hardiest, heftiest roots. And what you'll notice about the horseradish is that it sends out kind of spreader roots. Those spreader roots are how it multiplies and pops up more plants. And then it has a primary root system, which is kind of your water and nutrient roots. Those go down deep, very deep, like 12 to 15, 24 inches deep, very deep. Those are the best ones to harvest. So what you're looking for when you look at the plant is you look at the base of the plant. I'll bring you guys in close so you can see what I'm talking about. But you look for the base of the plant first. Then once you've selected the base of the plant, or you select the plant that you want to harvest, dig around it and dig deep. Don't worry, you're going to pull the plant up. That's okay. If you sever some roots, it'll grow back. Per my caution in the beginning, you're going to take this plant out and it will grow back in the spring. Trust me, you're not gonna kill it. Even if you wanna try, you're not gonna kill it. So you're gonna dig the plant out, finding the crown. You're gonna dig down deep and you're gonna pull out those exploratory roots, the ones that look for water and nutrients. Those are gonna be your fattest, most robust roots. That's gonna have the most flavor and the most yield. Now the time that you wanna harvest is nearing the end of the season. You can harvest any point during the season. However, most of the flavor is going to be found in late season. Late season. Now, one tip that you can look for is by smelling the air. Lots of horseradish growers will simply tell you that when the horseradish is ready to harvest, the air will kind of smell like horseradish. So it'll give off a very kind of faint, peppery smell. That's kind of what you want to look for the ideal time. Also, another key is that as winter sets in, or as cold weather sets in, it starts to go dormant. The leaves will start to turn yellow. The leaves will stop growing and producing, and that's the plant sending energy down to the root system to store energy for future years. And so, so that's another sign that you look for, is at the end of the season, you look for slowing down of the growth. Yellowing of growth, slowing down of the growth, the peppery smell. Wait till your first frost even. Your first frost will guarantee that it's ready to harvest, and it's the most ideal time to harvest. But if you want to harvest it sooner, you totally can. We haven't had our first frost yet, and this is very, very ready to harvest, I can tell. Now there is a noticeable peppery smell, noticeable. It kind of almost smells, if I had to describe it, it smells like, it kind of smells like mustard greens mixed with like a really freshly ground black pepper. That's about the best way I can describe it. And so it's just in the air here, and it smells really good. I don't mind it at all, but it is a very green, mustardy, peppery smell. So coming in close, now that you know what to look for, it's very, very simple. It's very simple to know what to look for. I'm just gonna show you now how I harvest it. So coming in close, I'm gonna show you the crown of this plant. Remember, the crown is the base of the plant. All right, so the first thing you wanna do is you want to remove the leaves from the crown to make it a whole lot easier. They'll just get in the way, and so by removing them, it's really gonna help you out. But don't waste these leaves. These leaves are awesome in the compost pile. They make a really good chop and drop mulch. So you can actually just take these leaves, chop them, basically knock them down, and then toss them onto the soil, and they will break down just like comfrey. But that's because they have tons of minerals. The roots go down super deep into the soil, and deep roots, much like dandelions, they will mine minerals deep down in the soil, which are awesome for your garden. So don't let those nutrients go to waste. Put them to use in your compost pile. So now that you've gotten all these leaves removed, it's gonna be a whole lot easier to see the crowns, which is what you're looking for. All right. So the next thing you wanna do is you wanna come in and find the crown, find where those leaves are popping up through the soil, right? And you wanna go just about 2 to 3 inches away from the crown and go straight down with your shovel. Don't go on an angle, because you'll prematurely sever the horseradish roots. You wanna get as much as you can by going as deep as possible before popping them up. So I'm just pushing straight down, wiggling straight down, and working my shovel all the way down. Now I can pop the shovel up, breaking those roots, and this is what I get. That was one there. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, this one's huge. Got some more there. Here's a giant one. Look at that one. I kind of scraped this one. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to scrape that, but it's fine. It'll still clean up nicely. But those are your horseradish roots. That's what you want to look for. See, these are the primary roots. These are the roots that are going to have the highest yield. Don't waste your time with all these little offside roots. They don't really have a whole lot of flavor or yield. You want these big, chunky, hefty ones. I already have harvested a few here. And so that right there is a really good yield of horseradish. You can take this down, you can grate it and make your own horseradish and make some fire cider for the winter, things like that. But there's a lot of uses for horseradish. It is absolutely amazing, super beneficial, and really, really easy to harvest. Now you're not gonna get always the whole root system, because like I said, it'll go down 12 to 24 inches deep. You can excavate it out if you want, but I always prefer just to kind of dig down as deep as I can, kind of cut it off with the shovel and harvest what I can. So there you go. There's how to harvest horseradish. It could not be simpler to harvest. It couldn't be simpler to grow either. It's a very maintenance-free plant. It just really grows, and sometimes grows too well. So again, just make sure you plant it where it's not gonna have a chance to take over your garden and plague you later on. But I will say that it is an asset in the garden if you know how to grow it, know how to contain it, and know how to use it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new. As always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to grow big or grow home. Like this video if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're not yet already, and we'll catch you all on the next episode. All right, take care, guys.